there's no magic, you know. So really, part of our strategy is to be very professional when we are learning this. Like if you're computing costs, maybe freight, you're going to have to learn the financial modeling, so that you have the really cost. What is your really cost when it comes to, transporting maybe 1 ton of cement from Dar es Salaam, from Dar es Salaam or from Tanga all the way to Mwanza, and then you charge accordingly. But also, one of the advantages you are having for the electrified line for Tanzania vis-a-vis other line in Africa is that electrified line is cheaper 3 times compared to diesel. And that gives you a leverage when it comes to cutting costs. Because obviously, one part of making money is pricing. You need to have margin. But also the other part of making money is to be able to minimize your operating costs. And that doesn't start from operation, it starts from designing. How did you design your system? So the way we design our system, really, we can be, because really in terms of learning costs, because if you have a diesel engine, you're much more affected by, because we import diesel or fuel by dollar. So every time the dollar exchange rate goes up, your cost goes up. Now that's the opposite of it. We are learning by, we are using electrified line. And we are localizing our economy, as my colleague what you say, that we are getting the electricity from TANESCO, and we are paying them in shilling. So that gives us a very good advantage to match up our costs. We are generating money. Our customer, big part of our customer are paying us in shilling, but at the same time our costs, we are matching shillings. So we are preparing for this to make sure that we are going to learn this railway business commercially. Now, this is a very, very one element, because we're just talking about the railway. If you go to Europe or other part of the world, maybe Asia, you find that railway company, or whether it's private or public, big part of their money they make, not big part actually, part of their money they make it from the real estate. Maybe between 25-30% of their money are coming from real estate. And then it's maybe between 60 to 70% are coming from the operation. That's why you see the way we design our railway now. If you come to a station, let's say in Dar es Salaam or Dodoma or Morogoro, it's not just a railway. It's not just a railway like a normal traditional railway. It's a business center to us. We have banks, we have business, we have restaurant, you have small shops. So every time, whether it's a train or no train, you find people are doing transaction. That makes us a little bit, we leverage our advantage of prime area, because most of our area where we are located is a little prime, like in the city in Dar es Salaam, here in Dodoma. So, the way
Okay, thank you, Director General Kadogosa. To you, Mr. Shefu, do you think now this project will stimulate the growth of other modern railways in Eastern Central African region, and indeed Africa as a whole?
Yeah, international mainstream media and social media, Tanzania SGR had taken prominence and apparently trended probably more than Yanga and Simba and Diamonds. So it trended and certainly stimulated debate across Africa and other countries of the world in terms of how Tanzania was able to achieve this great success. And certainly there are even comparatives in terms of the cost of SGR in Tanzania compared to our neighbors. For example, the cost of SGR in Tanzania is slightly less than $5 million per kilometer of construction compared to about $7 million per kilometer in our neighborhood. So those are some of those success stories that has been discussed in social media globally. And we've seen Rwanda actually talking about also putting SGR, linking it to the Tanzanian last miles. So indeed, we've seen other countries, Mozambique and also Malawi, talking about SGR and looking at, they have actually come to study. I think Mr. Kadogosa will actually hosted several of those other countries coming to study the success of SGR in Tanzania.
So as we wind up, what do you think are the best practices that Tanzania can adapt in order to maximize in this mega project? So President Samia earlier gave the directive about KPIs, key performance indicators, and also having a linkage between SGR and other modes of transportation, such as air transport. As an expert, what do you think are the best practices that we should adopt?
So I think there's something called the intermodal transport system. So certainly these are massive projects that Tanzania has adapted. So from SGR, the Mwalimu Nyerere Hydro, because we need energy to actually prosper the industrial age and also to run the trains. But also we have the Dar es Salaam Maritime gateway projects with the improvement of the port. So linking the port, linking the railway, linking the airline, the Air Tanzania is very important. In the last mile as well, in terms of the train passes on its corridor, but there is a last mile transportation from the train station to the final destination. And corporate governance is very important, because if you don't actually adopt best corporate governance principles and understand the true cost and have a good mix of cargo and passenger. So trust me, in the railway, passengers don't actually pay. Probably the cargo have to subsidize passengers. So as much as people are happy to go on those wagons to Dodoma, and it's actually probably require three wagons of cargo freight to subsidize one cargo of passengers. So freight is important, but also there may be a need of protectionism of TLR at the beginning. To protect it a bit in terms of access to cargo and shipping cargo.
Thank you very much. Director General Kadogosa, last question to you. What are the tentative dates for the completion of the rest of the phases of the SGR project? Do we have any tentative dates for the completion?
Can you repeat it again?
The tentative dates, do we have of the other phases? Because the SGR has been constructed in different phases. We had phase 1, phase 2. Yeah, so do we have maybe other phases, maybe to Mwanza and other places?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, so, we have different lots. The one from Dar es Salaam, from Makutupola, that's Singida to Tabora. Then we have the one from Tabora to Isaka. That should be completed 2027. 2027. And then we have the one from Tabora to Kigoma. That should be completed by 2028. Then the one from Isaka to Mwanza, that will be completed by next year.
Thank you very much to the both of you for joining us today.
All the way
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Director General Kadogosa from our Dodoma studios, and thank you very much, Joseph Shefo.
Thank you.
Now, still with the SGR story, we have another story here whereby representatives of various countries in Tanzania have praised the successful launch of the electric train services through the modern standard gauge railway, insisting that the move signifies the readiness and progress of Tanzania to revolutionize the transport sector, which will enhance trade and business domestically and beyond borders.
Serikali yenu ya awamu ya 6 inayoongozwa na mama yetu Mheshimiwa Dr. Samia.
Today, coming from Turkey, as the Director General in Ankara in charge of this region, we are proud and happy to be present when this important project for Tanzania, to the construction of which Turkish companies contributed, is being inaugurated. So we will be with our Tanzanian friends today celebrating and seeing the first operation.
I would like to congratulate Tanzania very much for the remarkable progress in the construction for the infrastructure for the whole country. It is symbolic for Tanzania, shows how Tanzania make great progress in the development. And connectivity is very important for the development of a country, and the SGR serves as the important key role in those development. And I think the meaningful progress will bring the whole country to a new level for the further prosperity and development. So congratulations once again.
Dar es Salaam is the city of the economy, Dodoma is the capital city, and today they are connected with the train, with the high-speed train. 2 months ago, I was in the opening of the Dar es Salaam-Morogoro line, and we reached 160 km per hour. It was very nice, comfortable, quick, and safe trip. I hope and I believe that this project will be a very important milestone for the development of Tanzania, for the movement of the people, for the movement of the cargo. It will increase the biashara, it will increase the production, it will connect the country inside, and then it will connect countries in each other. Nashkuru sana, hongera sana, asante sana.
First of all, I want to say hongera sana to Tanzania because it's a major achievement. Not only for the train, but also, I mean, from an industrial perspective, because being able to build, I mean, such a railway in such a short time frame is something that not every country can do in the world. So, hongera sana to Tanzania and to Mama Samia as well. I think it's also very important for Tanzania, this railway, because it will help, first of all, to reduce Tanzania's carbon footprint, because less fuel will be consumed for road, for trucks and cars, and also the cost of transportation will be much lower because people will take the train instead of the road. It will same for cargo in the near future.
Furthermore, ambassadors representing African countries in Tanzania have termed the launch as a great milestone to Africa's development, making Tanzania exemplary to the rest of Africa.
Congratulations to the government of Our Excellency, Mama Samia Suluhu Hassan. And of course, a huge congratulations to the people of the United Republic of Tanzania on this huge milestone. I think this goes to show the commitment that the people of this country and its leadership have to the process of development that works for everyone. It goes without saying that the introduction and the inauguration of the SGR service is going to massively change the way that people not only travel across this great country, but also how people do business.
We really think that the Honorable President, Madam Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan, has been doing a great job all throughout the country, and particularly with regards to enforcing and implementing projects that would help, of course, Tanzania and Tanzanians benefit from the economic development that many Africans know. So today is a big milestone in this process that Her Excellency has launched and continues to launch in many areas. As friends of Tanzania, that the work has been done was great.
Hongera sana Mama Samia Suluhu Hassan, hongera Tanzania. Like Dean of Ambassador, we note every day, every month, every year, the good way which the country take. And we are happy because bilateral cooperation, international cooperation, multilateralism is gone. And every ambassador is happy because he's working closely with the Minister of Foreign Affairs and the government of Tanzania.
Now, before we wind up local news, let's take a look at today's exchange rates according to the Bank of Tanzania, BOT. Do not miss TBC News every weekday to know all the latest in exchange rates. It is time now for sports news. And in sports, under-19 cricket national team assistant coach Salum Jumbe says they will display higher performance in the ongoing African Second Division Cricket Championships so as to qualify for World First Division Cricket Tournament. The assistant coach Jumbe believes that this is the time to go and restore the honor of cricket that was lost last year at the World First Class Tournament where Tanzania was eliminated early.
There's always advantage playing at home, as we have been practiced for using all the grounds that we'll use in the tournament. So it's a big advantage. I think it will help us a lot to qualify.
Yes, getting a chance in the senior team as well helped me gain that experience, and I just don't want to be a captain. I want to be the leader of the team, passing on that experience that I have in the senior team down to those newcomers that have come and just enjoy the game.
Tanzania is hosting the Under-19 African Second Division Cricket Championships and hoping to qualify for World's First Division Cricket Tournament. Saudi Arabia has submitted plans to build 11 stadiums, including one set at 350 meters above ground level as part of the country's bid to host the 2034 World Cup. The proposed stadium in Neom will only be accessible via high-speed lifts and driverless vehicles. The arena will diversify the kingdom's economy away from oil. The arena is set to host a quarter-final fixture. Saudi Arabia's bid is uncontested, and the country had until October's deadline to submit its plans. 11 stadiums. New stadiums, 8 will be in the capital Riyadh, including the 92,760 King Salman International Stadium, which will host the opening game and the final game. The cities of Jeddah, Al Khobar and Aba will also host matches. The 2034 World Cup will be the first time the expanded tournament is held in just one country as a 48-team event. The hosts are set to be confirmed by the FIFA Congress on the 11th of December. And that's it for sports news. But before we wind up, let's take a look at the weather forecast for the next 24 hours.
Good evening, dear viewer. This is 24 hours of forecasting starting tonight at 9 p.m. From Tanzania Meteorological Authority, my name is Ramadan Omari. Wind is expected to blow at 40 kilometers per hour over the entire coast. And the side of the sea is expected to be rough. Over Lake Victoria, Tanganyika, and Lake Nyasa, wind speed is expected to reach 30 kilometers per hour. And TMA has issued an advisory of strong wind reaching 40 kilometers per hour, especially over the southern coast. So necessary precautions should be taken over those areas. And tonight, dry condition is expected to persist over most part of our country with cool temperatures, especially over some areas of southwestern highland. And the rest minimum temperature is expected to be 4 degrees Celsius in Mbeya region. And tomorrow, few areas in Kagera are expected to feature partly cloudy condition, thunder showers and sun period. While in Tanga region, together with Unguja and Pemba islands, we are expecting to feature partly cloudy condition, light rain showers over few areas and sun periods. And the remaining regions are expected to feature partly cloudy condition and longer sunny periods. And now, let's have a look on the next weather forecast over some regions of our country. In Dar es Salaam, minimum temperature is expected to be 18 degrees Celsius. Dodoma, minimum temperature is expected to be 16 degrees Celsius. And in Mbeya region, the minimum temperature is expected to be 4 degrees Celsius. Mwanza region, minimum temperature is expected to be 16 degrees Celsius. Kilimanjaro region, sun periods is expected with minimum temperature of 16 degrees Celsius. Morogoro region, also sun periods is expected with minimum temperature of 16 degrees Celsius. And in the Arusha region, minimum temperature is expected to be 13 degrees Celsius. From Tanzania Meteorological Authority, that is all for today. Thank you for watching and goodbye.
And that marks the end of the news bulletin for tonight. Don't miss our next bulletin in Kiswahili at 11 p.m. I am Faida Ngaga. Good night.
TBC1, ukweli na uhakika.